Good morning. So, I want to do a blue look today because I'm running out of Halloween looks and I just want to do something different. I'm still going to go for more of a grungy dark blue kind of look. And another really cool thing, some of you guys had asked about gluing lashes on. So I'm actually going to glue instead of using the magnetic. These really cool lashes I got from my lashy box. They're blue and they've got like a couple other little colors in them. But I wanted to show y'all how I glue my lashes on. I'm not an expert, not a makeup artist, but this is just how I do it. So one tip that I will show you that I do, if I can find the freaking brush. Yeah. So I will, good morning, Missy. I will take a brush like this with this type of handle, and I will actually put my lashes around it. And see, I've already wore these once before, so they've already got glue on them. But I feel like what this does is it helps to keep them curved so that when I go to put them on my eye, they'll stay curved, and I have a lot less issues with them lifting up, especially in the inner corner. Good morning, Gloria. So I don't have any foundation, eyebrows, nothing on. I noticed that in a bunch of my videos, I was not doing the full thing. So you gonna get the full thing this morning. I just figured I've got the time, so what the hell. And I expect that you guys won't be able to sit here and watch through all of this, and that's fine. I mean, no big deal. But so I have been using the Born This Way matte, and this is in the shade Pearl, and I have been mixing it with the Tarte Found Sealer. This is the one with the B in the name. I can never remember the freaking name. I'm sorry. And it's in 13N Fair Neutral, and I actually mix the two together. So I just do a little dot on the back of my hand with the one, and then I do a little dot with the other one. And then I use my finger to kind of mix the two together. And this is because even though that one says it's matte, it's not like super matte. But I just like the shade that this turns into. I also like the coverage. So it is luminous, but it's also matte, if that makes any sense. Not an expert. This is just what I do for me. And then I take my finger and I dot, 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 dot all over my face. Now, I see so many people who use foundation brushes. I have never used a foundation brush before. The Found Sealer is my favorite. Missy, I agree. I know it's the one that has like the mushroom extract or something in it, but it's great coverage and it doesn't feel heavy. This Too Faced one, you can feel that you've got it on. It's kind of, you can feel that you're wearing foundation. That's another reason why I mix it, just so that it doesn't feel as heavy. So I dot my chin a little bit just to get more on this, and then I pull it down into my neck. Now this shade is probably getting ready to be a little, it's a little too light for me, but I'm not buying more because it's getting ready to be wintertime, and I'm getting ready to be pale. Your girl gets real pale in the wintertime, so. And then this is the Juno & Co. sponge, the Cloud Sponge. Thank you, Gloria. I love these sponges. I love these better than the Beauty Blender. I love these better than the Real Techniques. I love it better than the TJ Maxx kind that I got. Watching in silence because I'm at work. Don't get in trouble, girl. Don't get in trouble. You can always rewatch it later. This is going to be a long one. So I love this sponge, and they're super cheap. My favorite thing about them is, for one, it's super soft. For two, it It blends beautifully. It also doesn't absorb an obscene amount of product. And then the most favorite thing is I will use a sponge one time and then set it to the side. And then after I've done my makeup 2, 3, 4, 5 times when I'm going to wash my brushes, then I wash my sponges. And I've noticed that I've washed these several times and I've not had an issue with it cracking or breaking and coming apart. Some of the other brands that I've used, after washing about 2 or 3 times, they start to crack and fall apart. So, super cheap, super good, blends great, lasts a long time. I've been really pleased with these. I do have one of the GRWM I, the microfiber one, and it's good, don't get me wrong, but I don't like it as good as I like these cloud ones. I don't know why. I feel like these do better. Okay, so once I get that all sponged around, and it's okay that I'm pale because I'm going to be adding some, I'll be adding some color to me. Tarte Shape Tape. I have not found, I've tried a bunch of different concealers. I have not found anything that's been better than this. So many of the other ones, they settle into my wrinkles, and I have a bunch of wrinkles around my eyes. And don't get me wrong, this does too to an extent, but it's not as bad. And if you notice, I also use this on my lid. I use this as my eyeshadow primer because I don't use eyeshadow primer. I just use my concealer. But it seems to really work because it kind of leaves a tacky base. And it covers it, so it gives you a smooth surface for your eyeshadow. But I've tried so many other ones, a lot of the popular ones that everybody else raves about, and I don't know, I keep going back to the Shape Tape. So tell me this. Black Friday sales. Who are you hoping has the best deal? What brand? I haven't seen any sneak peeks of Black Fridays from the brands that I really, really love. So I'll be interested to see what happens. And I'm hoping that I get a job before then so that I can actually buy makeup again. Because right now, you know, I'm not spending any money. Oh, I hate when this gets blurry. I thought about investing in a camera, but holy crapola, the ones that, like the people that I watch use, they're like $400 or $500. That's craziness. I can't. Your girl can't. Tarte Easy, but also LME. You know, I have not tried any of their stuff. Their collagen stuff I'm interested in. But I've not tried their stuff. Tarte is, I love their foundation and concealer, but I'm not a huge fan of their shadows. Don't come for me. I love the Shape Tape as a primer. Ooh, Gloria, I didn't even think about that. So, for my brows, and this is going to look super dark when I first put them on, but don't worry. The Iconic London, I got this back when I used to have a boxy, and I have fell in love with it. I love it, love it, love it. And I just use an angled, stiff angled brush to draw my eyebrows in. And see, she looks dark, but don't worry, don't worry. So I draw the bottom line, and then I just use the brush to fill it in. And I have lots of little like gaps in my eyebrows from scars, from waxing, from the 80s. Thank you, Pamela Anderson. So I have like little spots that just don't grow hair at all. The LME's rose oil is freaking amazing. Okay, so I don't even use face oils. Don't laugh at me. Oh gosh, I couldn't read that one. Hang on. Their exfoliating pads are incredible. Tarte shadows aren't the best, but I have so much damn eyeshadow that I really just want to stock up on skincare and foundation. Okay. The little pad here, I draw my line, and then I start at that line and just brush up. And if you mess up, it's not that big of a deal, because you can always go back with your sponge that has your concealer on it and wipe it off, and I'll show you. Now, guys, I've been doing my brows like this for a hot minute, and nobody has said anything good or bad. If these look cray-cray, y'all better tell some damn body. I'm trusting in y'all that you would be like, girl. So y'all better tell somebody, because I thought these looked okay, but if they don't, you better let me know. Okay, so once I get them kind of filled in where I want them to go, I have been using this little thing. It is the Maybelline New York Tattoo Studio. And this is in the shade 360. Don't let the caps fool you. This is not the color that it is. I don't know how you would really find the color, but it's got these cool little like teeth things. And I just use that to like fake hair where there isn't any. And then I also use it to make a pointy tail. They look good. What product was that for your eyebrows? It is the Iconic London Brow Cushion. Now, the shade medium is my favorite. I do have the light. It's a little bit more on the grayer side. I think it's more for like blondes. I do like the medium better just because my roots are so dark right now. But it stays sold out all the flipping time. It's ridiculous. Okay, so then I take my little spoolie and I just kind of brush a little bit. And especially if you get it too dark in a spot, you can always just brush with your spoolie, and it'll start to lighten it. And then if I got anywhere like right here where I went down just a little bit too low, I just take this and wipe it like a friggin' magic eraser. A lot of times it's on the top that I mess up. But that's it. And they're not even or any of that, but you know what? They'll be fine. They'll be fine. So for my contour, y'all know, Kaleidos. This is in the, hang on, what shade is this? I don't even know. The Cool and Light. I have been loving this thing. It is a super, super, super great contour palette. And I don't even know if I'm putting this in the right spot or not, but that's just where I put it. I tried to do the fishy thing. So that's just where I've always put my contour. I want to try like a liquid, not liquid. What is it called? The stick contours, but I'm scared. And finding the right shade for my skin is such a hassle because I need a cool toned shade, but not super cool toned, if that makes any sense. So I'm just using an angled brush. It's shaped like this. But it just adds that chiseled part. You can't contour to save your life. I don't even know if I'm doing it right. That's just what I do. And then I go into this like lighter shade that's right here, and I just dab it with like a smaller brush, and I just go up underneath it. I don't know if it does anything, but I don't know. That's what it says to do. I don't know. If I get it too dark, I'll take the side of my sponge. If you get it too dark, you can actually take the bottom where you've got your foundation on, and you can kind of lighten it that way. But I just use the side of my sponge to kind of mush it into the skin. Okay, I'm not going to do highlighter yet because the fishy thing. What do you call it, Gloria? What do you call that? The fishy thing. That's what it's called, right? I am going to do blush. My favorite blush. Also Kaleidos. Y'all don't judge me. These little duo blushers are awesome. The highlighters that are in here are super cute too. The only thing is, they're pink. And so I don't always use them unless I'm doing like a pinky look. But good morning, Caitlin. So let me tell you something that I found out. So I've been really like researching this whole like YouTube monetizing, Facebook marketing. You know, I've really been looking into this, which I have been for a while anyways, but e.l.f. has a nice cream contour palette. It's very beginner friendly. Okay. And e.l.f. is cheap, so I'll check into that. You have to have 1,000 subscribers before you are even considered for monetizing on YouTube. Holy crap, okay? I've been sitting at like 200 for months, okay? There's so much to the whole YouTube thing. Like, I was not prepared, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to be successful at that at all. Because holy crap, you've got to do like certain tag words, and you've got to have a cool thumbnail. I don't even know how to edit freaking videos. Like, I think my fantasiful dreams of doing YouTube for money is slowly dwindling. Ernestine, good morning. Okay, so this is the Shroud Cosmetics Arcania palette. This doesn't look very special to look at it, but guys, the shimmers in this are beautiful. They're very special. I love this as like a grungy type palette. I'm going to go into the shade Relic, which is like this nude brown color, and that's going to be my transition shade. The mattes are great. They're pigmented, but they blend like a dream. They're very buildable, so if you want to start, you know, gentle and then build up to a little bit darker, these mattes are perfect for that. But I love this palette for the shimmers, and you'll see when I put this blue on, because it is stunning. When I first got this palette, I was like, oh, okay, it's cute, no big deal. And then I swatched it, and I was like, holy crap! Do you not use setting powder? I do not, Missy. I may do powder at the very end in like my T-zone, just because that's where I tend to get pretty oily throughout the day. But I have found that when I use like bake, like underneath my eye and stuff, it actually made my wrinkles worse. It settled into my wrinkles really bad. So I don't really use powder. I think that the whole setting thing, I think it's meant for more people who have like really oily skin. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a makeup artist. But at the very end of my makeup, and I'll do it today so that you can see, I will kind of go into my T-zone area. I love the shade. It's like a taupey brown. I don't know. It's a very neutral color, but it's a very pretty neutral color. Okay. So just like always, as I go down in my eye, I go down in the size of my brush. So that was a super fluffy blending brush. Hey girl, hey! You don't use foundation because it makes me look old? Powder does the same. Ah, Missy, I didn't know you didn't wear foundation. Your skin's amazing then. I thought you had foundation on. Don't come for me. Okay, so big fluffy, and then the next one I'm going to be using is still fluffy, but if you notice it's smaller in diameter. And that's just so I can concentrate it on this outer corner and concentrate it into my actual crease. I am so oily, I feel like I need to use powder. Yeah, if you're oily, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to use powder. Okay, so I'm going to go into this shader right here. It's blue. It's called Shroud. Shroud Cosmetics. How funny. And the reason is because I'm going to do a blue lid, and so I want it to kind of go together and look cohesive. So if you notice, I kind of dab on the outer corner to concentrate that pigment, and then I pull it into my crease. And then I gently blend up into that transition shade, just so that there's not like this line of blue. I hate that nothing like having a bomb eye with a crappy under. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I've thought about doing Botox, but I don't know. I don't know that I'm okay with doing stuff up underneath my eye. And from what I was reading, like, they would have to do fillers and stuff instead of, like, actual Botox. I do want to get my 11s done, though, because they're bad. Like, it's deep. So I would like to get those done. But at the same time, I mean, I'm getting older and I'm wrinkling, and that's just life. If I had endless amounts of money, I'd have a boob job. So fillers are for under eye. Yeah. Have you seen some of the people, though, that have been getting fillers for a really long time, Misty? I don't know. Like, it almost, like, it looks good in the beginning, but the more and more you get it done, I don't know. Some people just, I don't know if they got too much. I'm not trying to judge, but some people, you can tell that they've had fillers for a while, and I don't know, it don't look great at all. I would think too that if you use fillers, wouldn't it stretch your skin? Because you're filling it in. Where does it go? Face injections of any kind scare the shit out of me. Yeah, I don't even have a tattoo. So that should let you know, like, I don't know. You would think with having 4 kids that I wouldn't be afraid, but I'm scared. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with my under eye yet, so I haven't really touched it yet. I may go back with these same colors, but I may do something different. I don't know. So if you notice, I'm just blending. I am going to dab a little bit more on this outer corner. Just to add depth. Okay, so here's the fun part. I am going to go in with my glitter glue, and I do this anytime I use any shimmer, or I will spray my brush. It just intensifies the glitter. It also helps keep it in place so that it's not like falling off all into my face all day. And I just use a tiny rounded kind of flat brush, which I'm trying to find. I just washed all my brushes, so all my brushes moved. Okay, here, this works. So it's rounded, but it's flat, but it's still kind of fluffy. And I just took a little tiny bit, and I actually used too much. You don't need this much. It only takes a tiny little dab. And I just dip it in, and then I brush it out on my hand a little bit. And what that does is it helps put it even on the brush so that I don't have like a big glob. And I start in the center, and then I just kind of tap this anywhere that I want that glitter glue. And then I do the same on the other side. You do want to be kind of careful when you're using glitter glue, because anywhere that you put it, the shadow is going to stick. It's going to stick. Okay, so I'm going to use that same brush, and I'm going to go into Mystic. So I'm using the same brush that I have the glitter glue on. Still going to tap it. And then I'm just going to dab it on. This is such a pretty cut. I hope, I can't see because I'm trying to put this on, but I hope this is translating on the camera the way that it does in person, because it is such a beautiful, I mean, it's gorgeous. And again, I have super wrinkledy eyes, so I have to kind of tilt my head so that my eye opens up more so that I can really get into these wrinkled areas. Otherwise, I'll have like gaps. It'll be like little white areas. I'm just packing it on. And I'm going to do the same for the other eye. If you are just here to watch the lashes and you are watching this later, you can just fast forward through all of this. I mean, I know this is live right now, but if this part doesn't interest you and you just want to see me glue lashes, you can always just fast forward. So I have been looking at jobs on Indeed.com and Monster.com and all of that. And I am overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I'm not really sure. It's hard because like November 4th, okay, we have another CFT meeting for my kid. And I will find out a little bit more as far as like how his progress is going and, you know, what they anticipate as far as a little bit more of a timeline for his stay there. But it's really frustrating for me to try to even look for a job because, you know, on the 4th, they could decide that he has to come home and then I have to stay home. So it's kind of like I really need to work, but at the same time, I don't want to get a job and then have to quit or they're not going to, you know, it's not an option to work from home. And I tried to look at some of the like work from home things on there. I don't know about those. I really don't. And I mean, I don't have the computer and stuff. I don't know. It's depressing, to say the least. Okay, so now I need to do my under eye. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna do this yellowy color. I'm actually gonna still use that one that I used, Relic. I'm not even gonna wipe it off. I'm just gonna reuse it. But I'm just gonna coat the brush pretty good. Entity is the name of it. And I'm using this kind of like my transition shade up underneath my eye. Because there's this really pretty dark green matte in here. And I want to use it up close to my waterline. So I'm just concentrating this more on my lower lash line. And now I'm going to take a much smaller brush. It's still going to be kind of fluffy. So it's still kind of fluffy, but it's teeny and it's rounded. And I'm going to dip into this shade called Darkling, which is a super dark, grungy green. Oh, she pigmented. I don't know how long this Shroud's going to have, this palette. But this is a great grungy fall palette. If you like the more darker looks, you'll love this palette. You should pick it up. Where'd everybody go? So I'm just concentrating this closer up to my waterline. And if you notice, I do this more by feel than I do by looking. And then I'm going to go back. I'm not going to add any more product, but I'm just going to blow that out a little bit with that same brush. Okay, now the only thing that I will say is this doesn't have a light shimmer, so I don't have anything to do for my inner corner, so I'll have to definitely use, I can't believe I actually caught you live. Hey, Selena. Hey, Kimberly. It doesn't have a inner corner like pop of color, so I'll definitely have to use something else, which I have a billion highlighters. But let me go ahead and finish this part of it, and then we'll do the highlight. I want to do a dark green for my eyeliner. And y'all have seen me talk about, if I can find it. What is that doing in there? I found a lip in my mascara. Okay. So this is the shade Fastlane by ColourPop. I freaking love this eyeliner. I've used it so many times. It's green but blue, if that makes any sense. But it's not a teal. I just want to say to y'all too, thank you so much for joining and watching and supporting. It really means a lot to me, and I never in a million years thought that I would ever have my own page. I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to do my mascara if I can find it. Same like I always do. Tarte's Lights Camera Lashes and my Bad Gal Bang. So my makeup collections, it's dwindled down a little bit because I really have kind of gone through and given away stuff that maybe I don't love, or like I have the other colors in other palettes, which I have a giant box of stuff that I need to do something with. I try to, as I get new palettes, like cycle through and get rid of older palettes. And I usually donate those to somebody just because I know how it is. And if they don't mind used, you know, shadows, then, and they've been really wanting to try something, but maybe not spend the money on it, I don't mind, you know, sharing the love. But I've really dwindled down my collection quite a bit. I've tried to keep stuff that I know that I reach for. Like this Arcana palette, I have reached for this palette so many times. It's just an amazing, amazing palette. I love the color story. The formula is amazing. Here's a tip. Don't buy full-size mascaras unless you get them in like a mystery box or like a buy one, get one or something like that. They go bad so quick, long before you're going to use everything that's in this tube. Buy yourself the travel size. I know it looks small and you think that it's not going to last that long, but these are only good for so many, like this one I think is only good for 6 months. And then they start clumping and drying out and making your eyeballs itch and all of that. So buy the travel size. There ain't no point in buying a full size, as I use my full size. But I got these full size ones either in mystery boxes or in like a kit, you know, free gift with purchase or something like that. Same mascara that I always use. This part doesn't super matter because I'm just doing this so that I have like a shelf, I'm going to say shelf, to glue my lashes on. So I do my mascara first, and that helps me be able to place my lashes better. Some people will not put mascara on until after they put their lashes on, but I do mine first. Especially this inner part right here where these little tiny baby hairs are. Okay. So, if you're just joining, I have been these little cool blue lashes that I got from my lashy box. I have placed them around my brush handle like this, and that helps them to stay curved so that they curve to my eye better. That, I don't know, I just feel like it helps to keep that inner corner down. What lip should I do? Should I do blue? Should I do green? Where's my damn lip liner? There it is. I'm such a hoarder with my stuff. I never get rid of anything unless I have to because I don't get to buy very often. But one day I'm going to have a badass collection. Love blue lashes. I have a pair of my Tori Bella. That's blue. I didn't see any other colors on there. So do they only carry certain ones for a little while? Like the pink ones I wore yesterday. Once they're sold out, that's it? Yeah, limited edition. The blue came out in July. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so I have this like dark blue. I also thought about doing like an olive green. All right, which one? So this is Black Moon Cosmetics, and if you haven't tried them, their stuff's really, really good. This is from We Makeup. I did not like their shadows, but their liquid lips are really good. So do you love, hang on, Selena. Do you love the magnetic lashes? I have wanted to try them. So Selena, it's Misty's fault, okay? Because she became a Tori Bella consultant, and I've been kind of watching her stuff for a while, and she did a couple of videos, and then they came out with these pink ones, and I got suckered into it. But yesterday I went live and actually put them on for the first time. First time I'd ever done magnetic lashes, and I was actually really freaking impressed. It was super, super cool, very easy. And I like the fact that hers has a lot of magnets, where some of them that I've seen only have 2 or 3. But go back on this page and watch that. You can just like fast forward through the makeup if you want to, but watch me putting those lashes on. It was really cool. I can usually find the older styles though if you ever see a style. Girl, I'm broke now. Blue with a holographic powder over it. Gotcha, girl. Okay, so we're going to do the blue. I cannot do false lashes to save my life. I'm getting ready to show you. Because it did. Now, I'm not going to lie. It took me about 6 months to be able to do it. And watch me say that and watch me have trouble now. I can't talk and do this at the same time. So if you notice, I take the tip of the wand and I line my lip. And then I just fill it in. Look. It's okay. It's okay. All gone. That is the We Makeup. It's in shade 89. I don't know. All their lipsticks are like numbers. They're not like shade names. Okay, so I think for my highlight, I think I want something kind of bright. Let me use this. So this is the Ofra, and this was gifted to me. Thank you. It looks like this. It's in the shade Start Inspired, I think is the name of it. But I'm just going to use that to give me a little pop. And I just kind of, I mean, it's got a pink and a gold, and I just kind of mix all around. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do it or not, but I like Ofra's highlighters, but I have noticed they're fragile. Like I got a couple in Voxy, and they were shattered when they got to me. And then I got a couple that were gifted to me, and some of them were shattered when they got to me. So they're super soft, and I'm really rough on my makeup. Like I drop it all the time. My cat climbs up here and walks around and knocks shit over. And so I don't need something that's going to be fragile. But it's pretty. And it's bright. I'm going to take a little, I'm just going to put a little bit on my brow bone. Then on my face. Misty has some good stuff coming. I have not, the highlighters that J-Star came out with, the new ones, the high dollar ones, the expensive ones. I've not tried it yet. I haven't even purchased anything, but she's got some coming and I can't wait. I hope I didn't tell on you, but I can't wait to see what she thinks about them. I'm on the fence with his highlighters. I've tried a couple of them, and I mean, they're good, don't get me wrong, but they're not like amazing. So don't come for me. That's just my opinion. All right, guys. So it's time to glue lashes. So I have already wore these once, so they've already been trimmed to fit my eye. The lash glue that I use is the Kiss with Aloe in clear. I cannot do the black liner glue. I can't do it. Misty, I really like the Ofra, but if you can get it in a store, I recommend you getting it in the store instead of like ordering it, because for whatever reason, anytime that one's been shipped to me, it's come to me broken. Okay, so I used a little brush and I just put a thin layer on the actual band, and I put a little bit more on the corners, just a little bit more. A lot of videos and stuff that I watched, a lot of the problem is that people are using too much glue. It does not take but a little bit for it to stick. The other important thing is letting it dry so that it gets super tacky. That's important. So if you notice, I hold them by the very end, okay? So I hold them by the end. You've also seen me do this little number with the rolling. That also helps to keep it in the shape that you need. So I'm just waiting for it to get a little tacky. And you can see it because it was super white and now it's like starting to turn clear. So that tells me it's starting to dry. Okay, so my tip for this is I tilt my head back. Don't look at my nose. And I angle my lashes like this so that I'm putting them down onto my lash line. And then I kind of put them down. Okay. So I'm going to hold my head back. Don't look at my nose. I put my inner corner on first and then go throughout my lid. Just because the inner corner is where I have the most trouble. As far as if I blink and I can feel it, then I'll have to move it. So I set my inner corner first. To where I want it. And then I smush on the rest of the lash. Here's my other little tip. Okay, so I got these little jobbies. I got them at Ulta. They're little flat tweezers. And I will just take it and pinch it right at my lash line. Have I poked myself in the face with them? Yep. Have I pinched my lid before? Yep. And they're on. And it's crazy the difference that lashes make to an eye look. I mean, it really just gives it that extra zhuzh. Okay, so now we're going to do the other one. Same lash glue. Going to do a little small line. Be sure you shake your glue up and move the stick around a little bit to get to make sure it's not separated, especially if you're not one that wears lashes every single day. Okay, so now we wait. And I'm just spinning to try to curve the corners in. Okay, so now it's turning clear. Hold my head back. Don't look at my nose. I'm holding it by the end. Lay my inner corner first. Take my little tweezers. Smush it down to my lash line. If it starts to get to where it sticks to the lashes too much, wipe the ends. I'm just smishing them. Oh, it got blurry. Blurry. So that's it. What you can do too, and this is just something that I have had to do a couple of times because I can't have my lashes super close to my inner corner because when I blink, it hits my bottom lash line and it drives me insane. I've also noticed that it will peel up that corner because it's hitting my lid. So what I'll do after I stab myself in the eye is I will take a liquid liner. Let me find it. I'll take a liquid felt tip eyeliner and I'll just gently draw to fill that in a little bit, just so that it doesn't look like I have a giant gap right there. And that just helps to make it look like it's more like your lashes. But that's it. So here is my final look. If you recreate it, tag me because I want to see. Share my page because I'm trying to get at least 1,000 YouTube subscribers so that I can get monetized, and maybe even on a PR list, but I doubt it. But I hope you enjoyed, and I love you guys, and I hope you have an amazing week, and I'm sure I'll see you again maybe tomorrow, maybe not. I'll have to post We Come Together Wednesday, so you'll see a post from me. But love yourselves, love each other, and post. I want to see your posts. Bye.